And as you can see, Justin had varying opinions about his new schedule at Riverhead Raceway, not only chasing Chris Young for the Legend Race Car Championship, but now being involved in late model racing when that division runs here at the 62-year-old quarter mile. Here's your starting lineup for tonight's Legend feature event. VInny Delaney, Jimmy Sylvester, row number 1. Row 2, Dylan Slepian, Kevin Nowak, followed by Michael Romney, Alex Urbina. Then it's Brian Kelly, Cody Triola, John Hawley, Chris Young, Paul Dodorico, Vincent Biondolillo, Justin Strumpf, and Jeffrey Goodale, your first 7 rows. And the remainder of the field finds Jay Sendeluski, Jimmy Byrne, Mike Malone, Artie Peterson III, Kyle Soper, Tom Marsh, Kevin Goodale, Keith Goodale, excuse me, Anthony Naglieri, Chris Rogers, and Kyle Elwood had to take provisionals to get into the 24-car field. And Smokey Boken has given the field the indication next time by we will go Legend Racing. There's our starter, Smokey Boken, with Mike Rickert up there as well, the M&M boys, as we like to call them. VInny Delaney and Jimmy Sylvester, the heat race winners earlier today, getting ready and set. There you see the cars screaming off turn number 4. Green flag flies, and we are Legend Racing at Riverhead Raceway, and it will be VInny Delaney, the Joel Soul Motorsports number 17, to come to the early race lead, while Dylan Slepian looks to make a move to position number 2, and indeed it looks as though Slepian has brought the On the Road Again motorcycle school machine to position number 2, and Slepian wasting no time and making an inside bid up the back straightaway for the race lead. And by the time the cars power right off turn number 4, as you see, it will be Dylan Slepian to lead VInny Delaney on lap number 2. So a reversal of roles, but here comes your defending Legend Race Car champion, Kevin Nowak. The Racing Creations machine goes from 3rd to the race lead in turns 1 and 2, catching Dylan Slepian quite by surprise. Slepian settles in the 2nd, while 3rd is VInny Delaney. 4th, Jimmy Sylvester, and Alex Urbina complete your top 5. The heavy hitters have to try to make their way through the field, but right now Kevin Nowak, the defending Legend Race Car champion, winning the 2010 title, for the past few summers chasing Legend races up and down the East Coast. This year staying closer to home. Last year, and it wound up winning him the championship. And Billy Finan, once a veteran and defending champion like Kevin Nowak gets out front, as Dandy Don Meredith, the late great football analyst, used to say, turn out the lights, the party could be over.
I'll tell you what, Bob, it was a great move by Slepian in car number 63 to take the inside line, but Nowak, the veteran, the young veteran that he is, also followed behind, and Delaney was shuffled back to 3rd. The battle on the raceway now is car number 17 of Delaney and car number 63 of Slepian. The caution flag has been displayed. Car number 39,
Jimmy Byrne. The first class video productions entry there, you see it on our Verizon Fios monitor, and Byrne refires the machine. Not exactly happy about the predicament he was put into. Turn number 4, I'm gonna see if we have it on replay here. See the cars coming into turn 4. See where Byrne is. And Byrne all by himself. The back end just simply broke out all by itself on the first class video productions, number 39. And after that, Byrne was just simply lucky that the cars that still had to work their way around him did not get the rear bumper of that car, Bill.
I'll tell you what, Bob, we've seen it so many times here before here at the short track Riverhead Raceway. Kevin Nowak in car number 53 sucked himself to the back bumper of the 63 car of Dylan Slepian. Slepian made a great move off turn number 2 to the inside, and Nowak just sucked himself to the back bumper and put me a little inside-out move, go-kart move, if you will, Bob.
3rd to 1st. Yeah, I don't know if Kevin ever ran go-karts. I don't know the entire career history of Kevin. Now, kind of came out of nowhere when we reintroduced the Legend race cars here to Riverhead Raceway. And let's see here. Again, there you see, as Billy was just saying, Slepian and Delaney side by side and sniffing around there. You're defending Legend race car champion. Look at that, it's a 3rd to 1st move through the 1st and 2nd turn, and that is just experience right there to put Nowak out front.
I'll tell you right now, Bob Finan, that takes a lot of talent going through that 1st and 2nd corner. We've seen it so many times in the modifieds with these legend cars. Putting on a great show here tonight. Nowak to the inside, Slepian to the outside. Bob Fine, they're going down the back straightaway. We're going to go racing here off turn number 3 and 4.
Of course, prior to Nowak, Tony Naglieri and Timmy Salamito took down Legend Race Car Championships here at Riverhead Raceway. The Natural making his return later in the modifieds after a few weeks off with a broken wrist. Green flag flies, and you see the field scampering towards turn number 1, but once again, Kevin Nowak, the race leader. But now look who's coming to 4th and making noise underneath VInny Delaney for 3rd. That's your point leader in the Ray the Plumber, number 49, Chris Young. So Calverton's Chris Young. Oh man, cars are go-go here on the front stretch, and Jimmy Burns' car is torn to shreds.
Yeah, he's missing the entire rear end.
And really, Bill, we have 2 incidences because we have a 4-car get-together in turn 4. There's Jimmy Burns' first-class video production. But up off turn 4, here it is. Alex Urbina, Michael Romney, Brian Kelly waving feverishly in his Roadhouse Pizza number 01. And I believe the 19, I make that the 55 of Paul Dodorico. And let's see if we have this one on replay. There's Byrne. And boy, those cars just got together. And I think the Byrne, and indeed the Byrne Peterson incident was purely reactionary off what had occurred up in turn 4 with those 4 cars. You see the 4 cars get together. Romney, Urbina, Kelly, Dodorico with nowhere to go. And then you see Jimmy Byrne trying to thread the needle, and he almost made it till he clipped another car coming up the inside. And Byrne pretty much an innocent victim of that 4-car shunt in front of him. Then you see the cheese box, Michael Romney, and with a delay here in the proceedings to clear up the carnage. Turn number 4. We're going to take a break here on Fios1 at the races, and we'll be back with more Legend action. Set to turn the Legend cars loose. 7 of 13 laps have been completed. Your defending Legend race car champion Kevin Nowak at the head of the field. Youngster Dylan Slepian alongside for the ride, and the green flag flies.
Tell you what, Bob Fiden, Nowak with a great old-school modified move. Wayne Anderson perfected it. He goes down the back straightaway. He lets off a little bit going through 3 and 4, and the cars next to him behind him had to let off. And then guess what? See you later. Car number 53 of Kevin Nowak is checked out.
Yeah, it's something that officials don't particularly like too much. But indeed, it worked to perfection for Kevin Nowak to bottle the field up behind him and get that Racing Creations 53 out front comfortably. And he has to know, even though these cars do not have the 2-way radio communications that the remainder of the divisions that you'll see here tonight on Fios1 have those 2-way radios, these cars do not. So he had to sense that Chris Young was coming, but VInny Delaney is doing all he can to keep Chris Young at bay, Bill, and that is music to the ears of Kevin Nowak, who is just now starting to check out on the field.
I'll tell you right now, Bob, finding your 1st and 2nd place guys in points on 3rd and 4th on the raceway, and they are coming. Now looking to the inside of Delaney down the front stretch is Chris Young. He'll make the move through the 1st and 2nd corner, and now off turn number 2 to 2nd place is car number 49 of Chris Young. 3rd is Delaney, and 4th is Justin Strumpf. Strumpf now will come down the front stretch and try to do the same thing that Chris Young did with 7 laps remaining. As you said, Bob Fiden, Nowak just loves to see the battle behind him because he is saying goodbye.
Yeah, he is checking out big time. I believe this will be his 2nd, make that 3rd win of the year, if he indeed can hold on. Chris Young's coming, but there are going to be 5 laps left the time this time when Kevin Nowak crosses the line. So Young either needs to have a miraculous comeback or a caution flag aid his and he might just have gotten it. Vinny Biondolillo and Chris Rogers have gotten together up in turns 1 and 2.
Bob Finen, I tell you right now, that caution flag is going to allow the fans here at Riverhead Raceway to see 2 of the young guns in a single file format go at it with 5 laps to go here in the Legend feature event. Nowak, Chris Young, VInny Delaney, and Justin Strumpf will now be bottled up single file format to go racing with 5 laps to go.
And you can see the displeasure of Chris Rogers throwing his helmet at the Maggio Sanitation 00. Innocent victim Rogers was. Young VInny Delaney in the Premier Utility Services number 66 went around up in turn 1 and 2, and Rogers just got there and had nowhere to go and drilled the side of the 66. The 66 at least has a right rear flat tire, among other damage. Back in time to see the green flag fly for what hopefully is the last restart of the Miller Lite Night Legend feature. And Chris Young looking to annex his 4th win of the season, while Nowak looking to capture his 3rd trip to victory lane. They are going at it. We have a car up the backstretch that just spun around suddenly, and that is the Goodale 43. And he is trying like the Dickens to refire that car, and he can't.
Tell you right now, Bob, look at the 3rd position battle. Car number 15, Justin Strumpf to the inside of Delaney. He'll go down the back straightaway with the inside move. Now turns 3 and 4. And look at Chris Young to the outside on turn number 4.
And Goodale gets that car off the track, and they are it's going to be a 2-man show for the feature event win. Nowak, Young. Young had to roll out a little bit. Justin Strumpf has come to 3rd, so Young right now would pick up 2 points in the championship chase, giving him a 10-point lead. And right now he's not concerned with that. The Ray the Plumber, number 49, wants victory lane. Kevin Nowak, wheeling dealing, the Custom Creations, number 53, and he'll take down his 3rd win of 2010. The traveling man, Kevin Nowak. Chris Young 2nd, Justin Strumpf 3rd. So Young indeed will gain a couple points on Strumpf for that season-long title chase. And we'll show you that move when Nowak, here he is 3rd. Now watch this one clean swoop to 2nd, off turn 2 underneath Dylan Slepian, and from 3rd to 1st. That's the winning move of the race right there for the Custom Creations number 53. The Racing Creations number 53 of Kevin Nowak. Here's your top 4. Kevin Nowak, the Racing Creations number 53, taking his 3rd win of the year. Chris Young increases his point lead by 2 over Justin Strumpf, as Young and the Ray the Plumber 49 was 2nd. Justin Strumpf, the Monsters Recycling number 15, was 3rd. And VInny Delaney, the Joe Solo Motorsports 17, completed your top 4. And right now, we'll catch up with Bill Finan and Legend Race Car winner Kevin Nowak.
Let's talk about exactly what you just said. This is a brand new race car. What does it take to come out and win with a brand new race car, Kevin?
Well, started out with a 10-hour ride to Ohio. About $15,000, 3 practices, and we'll break it out the first time today with the victory.
All right, Kevin, I probably shouldn't have this. This is yours, brother. Let me tell you, let's talk about the race here tonight. Lap number 5, we have a restart. You come from 3rd to 1st. Let's talk about your strategy. As you come through turns 1 and 2, you're on the outside groove, and you duck back to the inside. What are you looking at there?
Well, the best place to be on this short track's down on the bottom. Unless you got someone you could trust on the bottom, then you could ride the outside. I just figured it would be the best place, safest place to make the pass.
All right, Kevin, great job indeed. Let's talk about, you got a brand new race car right now. First week out in victory lane. Let's talk about some of the people that help you every weekend, every week, all week long, getting this thing out here.
We got to start with Racing Creations. We got the Turn 1 Cowboys always supporting. We got Napa. We got Keith. We got everyone from the neighborhood that pitches in. Anyone from the track that pitches in here. Just a lot of help from everyone. Just grateful we got a nice track to run these legend cars at, Riverhead Raceway. Hopefully next year we can get a couple more races with the big car counts that we have. Just looking forward to putting on a fight to the end of the season with Chris Young for the championship.
All right, Kev, no doubt about it. Big round of applause for Kevin Nowak, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just talk about some of your racing history. My father and I were talking about, before legend cars, what did you do for racing?
Well, we started out in the Enduro class. We ran that for a while, and the legends weren't being raced here at Riverhead Raceway. But once we got the word that the legends were going to be back here, we figured that'd be the next class to step up to. We ran about 120 legend races, so now we start playing with the modified.
All right, we'll be back with our 20-lap Miller Lite Night Super Pro Truck feature event in just a couple of moments here on Fios1 at the Races.